After a title card, the movie begins showing us Jason still trapped in the lake. While a little girl's parents are fighting, she runs away. Her father chases after her. On a boat out in the middle of the lake, she uses some sort of power to collapse the dock that her father is standing on, sending him into the lake and to his death. We cut to her older self in the car with her mother headed back to that lake. Her doctor has already arrived at the house that they will be staying at, and they will be trying to help her come to terms with what happened to her as a child. We see that the neighbors are a bunch of teens renting the house for a birthday party. We also see that Tina has telekinesis, and she uses those powers to try and bring her father back to life. But instead, she frees Jason from his tomb and he returns to the forest, and Tina's doctor doesn't believe her, but she does get invited to the birthday party. We also see the birthday boy's car broken down on their way there, and as he and his girlfriend walk to the cabin, they are attacked by Jason. Back at the party, we're introduced to the cast, and Tina has a vision of someone's death by the hands of Jason. Later, a pair of random campers are killed by Jason, and we get to see a fan favorite kill as Jason drags a girl into her sleeping bag out of her tent and slams her against a tree, killing her on impact. The next day, after Tina and Nick bond together, a jealous Melissa teases her for being in the hospital. More tensions grow between Tina and her doctor. Another pair is killed by Jason, this one being next to the house, and strangely no one hears the screaming. The doctor takes a walk in the woods to clear his mind, and he ends up finding one of Jason's victims. Tina takes the car, but after having a vision of her mother's death, she crashes the car. Her mother and doctor chase after her in another car, finding the crash and running into the woods to find her. Back at the house, Jason kills a couple in their van, and he was festive with this one, using a party horn to kill one of the people. And he cuts the power to the house, and he begins killing everyone in the house, but Melissa manages to sneak out without knowing what's happening. Meanwhile, Tina and Nick make their way back to the house and discover the lake's past. Nick tries to find help, but only finds his dead friends, as Jason finds the doctor and mother, but the doctor doesn't plan on dying anytime soon, forcing the mother into dying. Mark returns into Tina's house to warn her, only to find Melissa, because Tina has already left to find her mother. But after finding the doctor, Tina realizes it's too late, and we get a somewhat satisfying death for the doctor. As Tina finds her dead mother, she catches sight of Jason following him. They have a Mexican standoff as she uses her powers to kill Jason, but that won't do the trick. He's already dead. A chase/fight sequence happens. We get to see a decapitated headbutt Jason. But we finally get a satisfying death with Melissa taking an axe to the head. Tina uses her magic powers on Jason to break his mask, choking him and nailing him to the cross. Nailing him in the head and even burning the house down. But he keeps coming back, and it's not until she uses the power of love to stop him that it works. But that's not how you think. She brings her dad back to trap Jason in the lake once again. The movie ends the next morning as we see Tina and Nick taken away by an ambulance. They are now safe. My final thoughts for this movie is I feel it's a bit lackluster, with its only saving grace being the climax at the end, with few kills that do more than simple stabs. It can be a bore at times, although if you find yourself intrigued with Tina and all the drama that she has with her, you'll be able to find enjoyment here. Personally, for me, it's a mid-tier Friday film. Without the ending, it could be more low, with majority of the characters being one note, making their only purpose to die. I will say the new look of Jason is very nice, although we don't know how long it's been since he was originally trapped. It makes sense for as much time that it was for his body to be deteriorated. This was not much, there wasn't much gore in this one, but I wouldn't recommend to people new to horror. Tomorrow I'll be reviewing Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, but until then, bye!